Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Riyad Ali and I work for MAA, and alhamdulillah, this is MAA's podcast, where one of our major topics today will be about a major issue that's facing Australians to this day and across Queensland, New South Wales and Victoria, and that's the drought that's affecting a lot of farmers. So alhamdulillah, I've got three amazing guests with me. I have the CEO of Muslim Aid Australia, Sheikh Hassan Al Satuhi. I have the president of the Muslim Charitable Foundation, Brother Yusuf Khatri. And I have one of the main members of the Deen family, Fazl Deen. So Jazakallah khair to all of you for coming. As you know, we've got a major distribution happening tomorrow in Stanthorpe on the 2nd of November. And it's going to be an amazing opportunity for us to actually meet with the locals and a lot of the farmers. So just to give us a bit of a brief on Muslim Aid Australia, Sheikh, can you just talk a bit about the organization that we work for, and just give us a little bit of a brief?
Yeah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, MAA International or Muslim Aid Australia has been at the forefront, alhamdulillah, with especially the programs of sustainable development and designing smart solutions, long-term, not just band-aid solution, but smart solutions. One of the core values of Muslim Aid is, of course, trust, efficiency, being smart, impactful, and also partnership with the best. We are not the only good NGO. There are around us wonderful NGOs who work from their heart, who knows what they are doing. Like MCF, of course, and I have Brother Yusuf here. It has been years and years where we've been working together. Every single time is amazing success. The last project we did also with the Deen family, amazing success when we did the Drought Relief farms last year and the water distribution this year as well. It is just shows how wonderful it is when we work together in complete harmony and coordination. So these are basic, some of the core values that we have in MAA.
Jazakallah khair for that, Sheikh. Sheikh, I'll come back to you also with some more questions regarding this crisis that's happening at the moment. We have with us the president of Muslim Charitable Foundation, Uncle Yusuf Khatri. Uncle Yusuf, you're the president of MCF. Can you give us a little bit of a brief about MCF and how it all started and what kind of work MCF has been doing in the local sector?
Yeah, sure. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. MCF was formed in 2009, so we are now 10 years young. And it came about as a need that needed to be fulfilled in the community here. There was no structured organization to deal with the collection and distribution of zakat, fitra, sadaqah, and any sort of emergency that arose. It used to be an ad hoc collection with an ad hoc distribution. So Muslim Charitable Foundation was formed with that need, to fulfill that need and to make sure that the money is collected correctly and distributed correctly. Alhamdulillah, our work is centered mainly around local projects. We see to people that are in need in all kinds of circumstances, from rental issues, medical issues, utility bills that they cannot meet, and any kind of difficulty that they might be facing. And of course, when we broaden what we do, we extend to the broader community as well. And together with Muslim Aid Australia and other organizations, we've done various collections, helping internationally when the need arises, and then locally as well. As Sheikh has mentioned, we've done a very successful hay run last year, and in September this year we did the first water run as well. And again, rightly said, cooperation leads to success without anybody trying to outdo each other. It's for the benefit of the community at large, and that ultimately leads to the success of the organization, and also that we're delivering and that the delivery takes place to the right people correctly and at the right time. So alhamdulillah, with the 10 years that we've been around, we've established ourselves as a reputable, trustworthy, and I think that's a very important point, that when you have donors that donate funds to you, they need to be assured that the money is being used correctly.
Of course, yeah.
And as MCF, as you know, is a volunteer-based organization, we have no paid employees, so 100% donation policy. All the money is collected is given back to people in need. Admin costs are covered by people that work around the table, and alhamdulillah, that has seen us grow from strength to strength. Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair for that, Uncle Yusuf. I know we've been working very closely with the MCF, MA and MCF. I'm also part of the committee of MCF as well. And so, even when you talk about partnerships and working together, the partnership that MAA and MCF has is very, very strong. And it's just seen both organizations grow from strength to strength to strength. And it just hasn't stopped growing. From the moment I joined in, I think it was 2014 till now. And you can only see it's like the projects are increasing across the board, even from the international side of things and from the local side of things. And so when we start working together, it just creates more and more people with expertise to help and support the situation in any time of need.
I think what was important is that when we first met Sheikh Hassan, he defined that meeting as a meeting of the hearts. And it's something that I've never forgotten. It really was a meeting of the hearts. But I think both of us have both organizations have the same kind of objectives and same kinds of ambitions and the same kind of accountability. And that I think has helped the MOU that we've signed between the two of us has ensured that this relationship has continued to grow in leaps and bounds. Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah khair for that, Uncle Yusuf. And we have Brother Fazl Deen, who's one of the most active members of the community. Alhamdulillah, he's been part of the distribution since, I think the first distribution we did was, last year, October. We did
September, the first one, I think.
September, yeah. Yep. And we did 3 distributions there, 3 truckloads there.
Yep.
And then afterwards, maybe you want to give us 10 truckloads, about 154.
11, 14 altogether.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
You want to give us a bit of a brief on the Dean family and the kind of work that's been happening since, since your grandparents came?
Look, it's not just the Dean family, the Muslim community in general, since they've been in Australia, and even newcomers that just come now. Yeah. Everyone contributes. Everyone, and as Muslims, we do it. It's charity, Islam. Islam is charity. They're synonymous with each other. But prior to MCF and MMA, we did it anonymously. So my family, this is not the first time we've done hay runs. We've done it when we were kids. My family's been involved. Giving especially new migrants that come, and you see it in the news, you see it a lot of places, that people that come, they've come from other countries, even war-torn countries, they're set up. And as Muslims, they like to give back. So we're no different to anyone else in that regard, especially no different to any other Muslims. With regard to these hay runs, I remember the first one that was done in September. My cousin Nafiz, he's actually the main coordinator with the logistics. He works a lot with MCF and MAA. We were at the exhibition of all places, and both of us were sitting there, and the drought was going on, and that was last year, and we said, we've got to do something for farmers. We were both thinking the same thing. We've got to do something for these farmers. We'll load up the trucks and take some hay out. Coincidentally, at the same time, MCF and Muslim Aid Australia were working on a drought relief fund, and everything just happened. Allah's the best planner.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I know. And what happened was, because our family, MCF and MAA, talked together, I said, well, let's do it together. And this is one of the things my family is really good at. If you for someone else to take over, and that first run I was actually supposed to take part of, but I got sick. So as soon as I got sick, another member, family member, Brother Yaz, my cousin, he said, "No, I'm taking his spot." So you had Aziz, Nafiz, and Ilyas, the 3 of them, and that became international news. And it went everywhere. It was in Al Jazeera, it was in the UK, it was everywhere. And
it's something we didn't even plan when it all happened. It just all of a sudden went viral.
It went viral, and then that's the point I was getting. It's not unusual for Muslims in Australia to do those things. Yeah. It's actually, I think, because it was coordinated, it brought attention.
Yeah,
and also, like I said earlier, a lot of Muslims do the work anonymously.
Yeah. And if you're looking back at that first run, one of the things was everything worked seamlessly. It was just perfect. Like we found that it was a massive issue to actually find
the hay distribution.
because we were going through a massive drought. And there was no hay. Like, we were calling up every single hay supplier out there, and we just couldn't find one. And then one came about, and they said, no, come check out the hay. We went and drove all the way to Gatton. We checked out the hay. Perfect for the animals. No problems. Like, within about a week or two, we had signed an agreement with the suppliers. They had supplied us with the hay. We loaded up onto the trucks the next week, and we were off, did the distribution, came back, no problems. I mean, like, it worked like clockwork.
I mean, like I said, it was a great effort from everyone, MCF and MAA, and my cousins. Got to give them credit. But like you said, it's the response we're getting from people is, people talk about dropping hay. There's other organisations that drop off hay, but we don't see anything. We've got to fill out all this paperwork and documents what you people say, and even on every run so far, the comments are going, when you say you're going to deliver,
you do it.
You're going to be delivering. We know that. And getting back to where we got the hay from last year, when we did the second run, unfortunately that farm got hit by a bushfire.
That's right.
Just before.
That's right.
Yeah, correct.
So we helped him out, and we wanted to help him out because he suffered from a bushfire. And and that's the thing. When you do these things, helping people out, we go to like Stanthorpe or wherever we stop, and we'll buy stuff from the shops, not for the sake we need something, but to help the local shops.
Absolutely.
Because we come down with all the trucks have got fridges in them. They've all got everything in them. So we don't need it, but we just do it just to go out,
keep that economy going,
keep the economy going, meet the people, and that's one thing Riyadh and I was discussing. The people that get involved in what we're doing, even the ones that are joining us, they go out when we get there, talk to the people, hear their stories, listen to what we're doing for them. It's a great feeling.
I think what Fazal also mentioned is very important, that the contribution that you get from the community at large as well. When people get to know, everybody has an idea, or everybody has the concern. Somebody has to start the fire. It's probably not the right word to use, start the fire. But, to get the interest involved, and people want to contribute. And, when we go out and make an appeal for funding for this kind of project, money comes from all sorts of people, and it's targeted at everybody. And people want to be part of it, and they feel that they need to do something. And here's an organization, or there's an effort taking place that they can be part of.
Of course.
It's not the amount of money, but they want to be. I've had so many calls now this week for people who want to come and join us tomorrow.
I know, we're looking at about over 100 people.
Lots of people. I calls all the time. Can we come? And of course you can come. I think it's important that we go, show support to the people as well that we're going to, and like you rightly said, meet the people and talk to them. And they have different kind of issues that we probably don't face living in urban areas, that they face living in rural areas. And it's good to go out and meet these people. So when the community gets together like this, goes out, I think it shows that, gives a positive message, and it allows us to interact with the locals living there in that area as well.
Exactly. One of the things Uncle Yusuf mentioned, people want to give, and I have to say, it's not just the Muslim people want to give.
Absolutely.
The wider community.
Yes.
Exactly.
We get people contacting us. They want to give trucks. They want to give drivers, and this is a family tradition for us, and we've told them all the trucks will be driven by family members, and that's our family thing. This is what we do as a family.
So all 20 trucks being driven by a member of your family?
3 generations of the same family.
Alhamdulillah.
So there'll be 3 generations of drivers from the same family.
And Sheikh was with us on the second distribution where we sent 11 trucks. Sheikh, maybe you want to give us a bit of a rundown on what happened there. How were your emotions when you were traveling there? You actually were there from the start of that, from actually before the trucks were even loaded.
Yes, you see, it is really makes a difference and rewarding when you sit back in the office, putting strategies, plans, risk management plans, work breakdown structures, you cost modeling, you design the project, and then you see it happening. All the hard work in the office, planning and designing, you see it happening on the ground and meeting the actual heroes who are doing it and being part of them, working shoulder to shoulder with it. This is the second thing is points that Brother Faisal also mentioned is, and you Riyadh, about how seamless it went. any project whatsoever, anyone in project planning, they design things do not go out of plan. That's normal. That's the nature of any project. To go seamless this way, even better than what we designed, I think that reflects the sincerity of the people who works in it. Third thing, which Brother Faisal mentioned, he said how much work we actually do behind the scene, anonymously. No one knows. We don't mention our names. This is ingrained in us as Muslims. We go and work in this charity to help. We genuinely help, not for the show, not for the camera, not for the news, not for media. We genuinely care about our Australian fellows, about Australia, about not only the people, our neighbors, which, as you know, the hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the saying of the Prophet, how that your neighbor is like is a family member, and is like a family member out of the seventh neighbor. But not only our neighbors in the urban areas, but we reach out to the rural areas, because we also believe that farmers are the backbone of this country, and they deserve support. We do it even without thinking about any materialistic gain or any joy. And it just happened in these few cases that it came, well, if it come to media, if it come to surface, we don't mind, and it is good.
Sure.
But we're not doing it for that. But if it comes, it is good. And in this case, it came. And it is amazing to see that a family has been doing it for generations behind the scenes without even claiming any credit. MCF, Brother Yusuf Qadri, before, I can claim something about MCF, and correct me if I'm wrong. You are not only 10 years young. You have been in this way, way before. MCF was officially registered in 2009, but I'm sure that the heart, the work, the concern, this actual giving back has been there since day one. Am I right?
Yeah. But look, I'm a new migrant to this country as well. I've only been here for about 15 years. Mm-hmm. But prior to that, yes, the community has been there supporting people in need all the time. Yeah. It's just the structures were not in place. But it's been happening all the time.
Yeah. But one of the difference this time is, I think, again, that partnership. Working together as one seamlessly, because there is a lot that gathers us. Even people who do not belong to the Muslim faith as such, but with their values, with their heart, working together, the team and the efficiency and the impact becomes much bigger. And by the way, there is a lot yet to do with good designs. We have the best of the worlds. MCF is zero admin fees organization. Muslim Aid has got paid staff, and that's why they are dedicated. You do deep designs and long-term and risk management, which we both need each other. That's why we're the two wings of the bird. Volunteers, another volunteering, like the Dean family. Without you guys, we couldn't move. Yeah, and see how we come together, everyone, with the best of all worlds, coming together to deliver such projects seamlessly, as you said, Riyadh. Alhamdulillah. And there is a lot yet we can achieve, which we can talk about in due course. Yeah.
I think we're going to get to that, and because it's going to require a lot of depth with regards to a lot of the long-term projects that we can do, inshallah. So part of this is also tomorrow we're going to be heading out. We're sending 20 truckloads. Maybe you guys want to give us a brief on what we're going to be doing for the day. I'm sure I've sent you all the itinerary, so I'm hoping you guys actually checked it.
Well, I think the loading takes place this afternoon. We've got 20 trucks.
Well, we've been loading since yesterday.
It started from yesterday. There we go. It's already, with the hay or the water? Both. Okay, there we go. So yesterday was 31st of October. Today is the 1st of November. There's 10 trucks of hay and 10 trucks of water, and 4 of those are the pods, the 1,000-liter pods, and the rest are the 10-liter bottles. Total amount of water will be about
190,000
liters.
Yep.
Okay, about 190,000 liters of water. That's tremendous. So the balance of the loading takes place today, and inshallah the 20 trucks will leave altogether from
Portal Street. Yeah.
From Portal Street.
Yeah.
20 trucks by about 7:30.
7. We'll try and aim for 7.
7:30 inshallah. Yeah, so that's the plan. Tomorrow morning we'll leave from Portal Street in Oxley. 20 trucks will depart for Stanthorpe. It's about a 2.5 hour journey, 3 hours. And the idea is to get there by about 10:30 and 11 o'clock. The
way the Deans drive, we get there in an hour and a half, I think. You know?
I think we just need to warn the authorities on the road. There's going to be 20 trucks in a convoy.
Yeah.
So anybody following through, just be patient. But I think that sight, and really, my hair stands on end when I think about the joy that we get, and it's an amazing sight to see these trucks on a convoy going through, and lots of people have stopped, and you hear it on your two-way radios. We don't have the two-way radios now, okay,
They
but
changed
you
the channel
hear
on
it.
me, so that nobody.
But I think-
and inshallah we'll be doing it again tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just an amazing sight to see these convoy of trucks going out there, all with the same message, all with the same intention, all with the same destination to assist those that are in need. And I think that is very gratifying and satisfying that, yes, hopefully the little that we do is going to help somebody. We know the difficulties they go through. We've heard all the drama, the trauma that they go through and things like that. And this little bit that we are doing, hopefully, will help them. We obviously are going to get there and make the salah for rain as well, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And we'll make our zohar there as well. And all this is just to make sure that the farmers get some sort of relief from the difficulty they are going through. And I think from the few that we've spoken to on all our trips, the previous trip last year and this year, when you speak to the farmers, you now start to understand. I don't think we can fully understand, but we start to understand the difficulty that they face, which we don't see. We are just the end users of the fruit and veggies.
Yeah.
But the difficulty that they go through and how they have to cope with these difficulties, how they have to sell off so much of their assets, their properties, just to sustain themselves. And I'm sure this bit going through with the help that we are able to give them is going to help them somewhat to sustain their livelihood and to maintain their farms, which they've worked all their lives. Some of them, like your family, has been here for generations. Many of them have owned those farms, I'm sure, for generations. And just to lose something like that, it's heartbreaking.
And when you're driving, actually, when we drove from, this is the last distribution, we drove all the way from Oxley all the way to Stanthorpe, and on the way, it was just dead. Like where it used to be green fields, it was completely dry and dead. And so it's just to see that, and this has only happened recently. It's not like it's been going on for the last 10 years. I mean, this has been the last couple of years now.
Yeah,
Well, this is the longest drought
Yeah.
on recorded history
Yeah.
in Australia. So that's how droughts are given in Australia. But
Yeah.
to go for this long,
Yeah.
it's just uncommon. It's never happened before. It's the first time.
I think you
But
touched
even
on...
so close to
Yeah,
like
it's only 2
the
hours.
eastern coast.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's only 2
You
hours.
touched on something earlier on the previous run that we did, and unfortunately, they were hit by fire at the same time in
Yes.
that area.
Yeah.
And as you know, we got up to Warwick and we couldn't go any further because the roads were even blocked off of the fire. Now, imagine you've got drought. You now need water to fight the fire. So the water was now being taken from whatever reserves that they might
all the
have had.
tanks, even rural fire brigade.
Yes.
If there's fire, they can take water from anywhere. Which,
Exactly.
So the tanks were empty. So we came at the good time. Well, it's not really a good time, but
Yeah.
for them, we were there because we were getting comments. People had no drinking water.
That's right.
Like one person made a comment that he couldn't brush his teeth because he didn't have water.
So,
And brushing your teeth's a luxury.
It's just unfortunately at that time, they had the drought, shortage of water, then the fire, where you need the water for. But hopefully it became, you said, the right time and able to help them with that as well, inshallah.
Inshallah. One of the other things was, in terms of, like, this has been going on for quite some time now, as you mentioned now, what can we do in terms of long-term projects? This is our 4th distribution of hay and water that we've done in the last 12 months. So, Sheikh, I'm going to have to give this one to you because Sheikh Hassan is a permaculture designer and he understands the lay of the land and how to design the best possible approach for this. So, Sheikh, please, what can we do in this situation?
Yeah, one of the things that we came to our attention in the last few distributions is that same place 6 years ago approximately was flooded, was destroyed by floods, Rowena. One of the places that were really destroyed where the cotton farms there are totally flooded. That told me that we don't have water problems. We don't have drought problems. We have design problems. Which means that if we design, we need to not only to work against drought, but also against flooding. So what if we can design farms that are drought-proof and flood-proof at the same time? So when it really rains, with the right design, with the right earth structures like swales and contours, gabions, ponds, dams, etc., all these techniques that we design and we we mastered actually in the permaculture design science. We can design that when it rains, the rain will not destroy the farm, will not destroy all this acreage. It will just channeled and managed and stored in a very wise and smart way. And then when there is no rain, all this water can be reused. We have our own farm as well in northern New South Wales, has got 25 dams, 25 water storage structures. With all this drought, you can see the neighboring plots are really just desert. Our farm, we only pumped out 9 dams out of the 25. And we still had another 16 dams to go if should, God forbid, that this drought go for another year or 2 or 3 even. So by the right design, and behind this project, so now what I also, second thing that I want to say is, it is extremely good to respond quickly with with saving lives, but it is equally important also to design for the long term. We cannot just give band-aid. Band-aid is necessary. I'm not saying band-aid is bad. Band-aid is really necessary, really valuable just to save the immediate time. But is it sustainable just we keep responding? How much request we get after our distribution, where it was like 10 folds even is needed of the size of the projects that we deliver. So we really need, as we are doing the band-aid, the immediate aid, if I correctly, I think more precisely I can name it, the long-term aid and sustainable solution is also designed. And this is, we have the science, we have the techniques. We even offered other aid organizations collected even over $10 million, and just like with a fraction of this funding, you can fund the design and the earthworks implementation of these sites to prevent this from happening again. But unfortunately, we didn't get positive responses, but we didn't lose hope. We'll still try. And behind us, we have the best in the world. We have the Permaculture Research Institute. We have Jeff Lawton, the best permaculture designer in the whole world, who is my direct teacher, and I've been 10 years nearly designing with him, certified by him, and do such designs with him. Sustainable Development International, led by Jeff as well, at the backbone of all these smart sustainable design solutions. So, and again, together, inshallah, as we succeeded, alhamdulillah, with the tawfiq of Allah in the immediate aid, together again as well, we can, with the smart designs, with the right designs, we can do the long-term design. So I hope, and inshallah, as our first of the meeting of the hearts, inshallah, let us at least, inshallah, have the sincere intentions that we make this meeting the start of the long-term sustainable smart designs, and that we can all be proud of, something that can really, first of its kind, or something really that we can give back to our community and our beloved country.
And one of the things we've done in Jordan, of all places, and this is the driest area on the face of this planet. It's completely dry, yet there's lush fruit and vegetables growing in the areas that Jeff Lawton and the Permaculture Research Institute have actually designed in those areas. So
check our project, Greening the Desert. Just go on YouTube, write the Greening the Desert, the Dead Sea Valley. See a place where people say we are crazy. You cannot grow in just a dry, arid, the lowest point on Earth. The Dead Sea Valley is the lowest point of Earth. The temperature goes to 55 degrees. It rains only 2 days a year. That's it. But with the smart designs, how when it rains that 2 days, how we collect every drop, and with the right permaculture design, where there are multiple elements, the system designed in not only elements are carefully designed, but the connection between these elements are carefully designed as well to produce such abundance and safety. It is proven. I'm not talking about hopes or dreams. We've already done it. We've done it actually in many places, not only in the Dead Sea Valley, in many places where it is snow. In Alaska, in Canada, we have projects that have been designed where the snow, you know how it is in these places.
Yeah.
Yet we have abundance, we have food security. And if I talk about the health benefits of eating such a beautiful fruits and real food, it is not GMOs, not chemically sprayed. It should prevent a lots of health problems. I I think we really need to be serious about the ethical and sustainable way of our living.
Okay. Sheikh, the permaculture project that you're talking about, obviously you have offered it to people locally as well.
Yes.
You finding resistance to that, or it's just too new an idea for them to adopt?
Yeah, very good question. Initially, it is like, what is this? It is like new to them. And then it didn't take too much time, and then I started to explain it, and then it resonated with many of them. Said, my grandfather was, as you said, there are many generations in this farm. My grandfather had these techniques, but we lost it with the industrialized way of agriculture. So we lost it. And said, can you really do this for us? I said, yeah, we can. All what we need is just funding, to fund for those experts who will come and do the design and fund the earthworks, to get the excavators, the tractors, and we do the design and implement it, and then watch these sites in 2 years. Yeah.
So it just needs the funding.
Just needs funding. And the threats and the community of course, like, we cannot forget the communities. Brother Yusuf already mentioned that the support of our beautiful communities behind us. Together we can do something that was really, really special. Really, really special.
One of the permaculture projects we designed in Jordan was actually a pilot project. This was inside the Zatri refugee camp. Now, this is just a technique. It wasn't the actual entire full design of it. It was just a technique. It was about utilizing grey water for growing fruits and vegetables in the Zatri refugee camp. And if you know about the Zatri refugee camp, you're not allowed to utilize the clean water that's coming in to water your fruit and vegetables. They're not allowed to, because they've got a very limited supply of water coming through. So we had to develop the system, and it was a pilot project back in 2017 that would allow, using reed beds, that would allow to filter the water.
And the techniques are there. We have the grey water treatment. And that's used in showers and the kitchen and cooking water. It goes through this system, which is reed beds, and reeds are amazing plants, grass, that the roots of this grass are amazing filtering system. It just depends how many stations you want, and you get water outside. That's actually good for drinking. However, we don't use it for drinking. We just do it for banana circles, garden veggies, and food. And you can see you can transform waste to a productive element. It's just all about smart design. All about just the ethical smart design that we can do.
Yeah, but what you said now, 6 years ago there was a flood. There was so much of water. 6 years later, we've got no water.
But that is Australia. It goes from one extreme to the next.
But if the process can be reversed, where we won't have this. But this is something
it's not so much be reversed, like Sheikh said. Smart.
Yeah, exactly.
Design.
Smart design.
Change the design.
Change the problem to a solution.
To a solution. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important that needs to be highlighted and promoted to a larger extent.
One of the principles we have in permaculture, we say what? The problem is the solution. One of the 7 principles is the problem is the solution.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Jazakallah khair for that, Sheikh. Now going back to tomorrow's distribution, Fazal, you were there with us last distribution about a month ago. While we were there, you saw the people, you heard the stories. Maybe you can just give us a bit of an insight as to what's happening there on the ground.
Brother Riyadh was with us, and as well as Uncle Yusuf. One of the things is when we start going and the trucks are rolling, the first thing you hear is all the other trucks coming on the CB, and you hear the comments, proud of you boys, and we even get offers, like if you're going to Toowoomba, we've got water there, pick it up, on the radio. We get that, and you go through all that, and it's a great feeling. And then when you go through some of the towns, sometimes people have actually got signs, they hold it up, and in the last run, the water run we did last month, when we climbed the range, all the trucks pulled up to wait for the slower trucks to come in, and we walked into the service station there just to spend money in the community, get some drinks, and the 2 ladies behind the counter said, "There's no charge for you people, not for what you do," and we told them, look, that's not why we came in here. We came here to support the community, and in that regard, it is a great feeling. Like I said, Brother Riyadh, was in the car, and he heard a lot of the things. And then that's what goes through, and the support. Then you turn up and you talk to the people, and you hear the stories, and it's not so much we've given you water, you've heard the stories. Now you know that this water we're giving is really appreciated. It's not a token.
Exactly.
And it's last water run, and I think this water run, a lot of that is going to cancer patients in the hospital.
Patients, well, yeah.
And when you tell people that, they don't understand that, when you tell people, they can't fathom that when you turn the tap on, there's no water, because this is Australia. No drinking water in Australia.
Unheard of.
And they don't, the word is not out there. And when we tell people, they get shocked. But when you meet the people, and I remember one of the now last year we did the run, and one of the old ladies was the farmers there. She's been there for quite a while, and I think her husband was with her, and they both said to me, like, this we do as a family. We haven't seen this since they were kids, and they were quite old. And they said back when we were kids, people used to do things as a family. So and then that's like a lot of as Brother Uncle Yusuf and Brother Riyad knows, a lot of the charitable things that we do as a family. We all get involved, and that's something we all do. We got 20 trucks tomorrow, which is going to be our biggest one to date.
Yep.
All serviced and ready.
They're all ready. The trucks are all loaded. We got the drivers, and again, I got to mention, it's overwhelming. I get text messages. My cousin, all the family members. We want to be involved from the wider community. And when we try and tell them it's a family thing.
Yeah. Actually, it's my first experience with the first run that we did when I came up to Oxley. I was blown away by the family support from the smallest kid to the oldest kids. Everybody was excited.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be part of it, and running around helter skelter. There were snacks flying around early in the morning. And of course the chocolates and the cold drinks and all of that. But everybody got involved, and it was a great atmosphere to see the whole family involved, right from their parents right down to the children.
Yeah, they were very excited. I think spoke to Nafiz's son a couple of days ago. And he goes, "Are you excited about this?" I said, "I'm very excited." He goes, "I'm so excited about going out there."
But I think what's also important is that it reflects on the family.
Yeah.
And their values as well. Right, and it started right from the parents and probably the grandparents' time as well. As Muslims, we know if there's a need, we gather around and we do whatever we have to be done. But it's very important when we leave behind lessons for our children and grandchildren. When they see what you are doing and how it's done, then it filters through right down. Yeah. If, for argument's sake, the grandparents came here and said, "That's not what we're going to do," Fazla wouldn't have been sitting here today. He didn't have that as part of his growing up life. But he's experienced that. He knows what it is. And he will then continue with this, and so will the children. So to see them all together there on this huge place and all the trucks lined up, I think it's very rewarding for the family as well.
And when we go, the locals, they actually love that it's the family's all there. Yeah. They said, "Oh, it's great you brought the family." They really enjoy it. But, getting back to what you're saying, I remember when we planned this current run, we were still planning. So we haven't told everyone to date. My nephew Babu's son, Zahid's son Yusuf, and Nasib overheard, and they were just getting excited. And they told everyone. Yeah. November 2nd, we're taking 20 trucks out, and they're telling all their cousins, all the kids, make sure no one's
no exams.
Make sure you're ready for that day. Don't plan anything. And all the kids have all then reserved those days.
It's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
a great atmosphere. Yeah.
That's why people who've asked to come and join said, "Please come." Yeah. You experience it. Don't just come to stand top. Come with us from the start, when the trucks will depart together from Oxley. Be there, part of the entire departure, and then you can go ahead and meet us at stand top. It's fine. Come and enjoy the.
And you talk about this actual hay run. This is. We actually opened this out to everybody. We didn't say no to anybody. We opened it up to all the organizations as well, because we wanted to show unity also amongst all the organizations there. We've got now, this is like unbelievable. We had supporters from Victoria, the mosque, the different charitable organizations there. They came on board. and they took on a couple of trucks as well. And so it's not, it's all of these different organizations from around Australia. And then if you think about it, it's also global, because we've also got a couple Turkish organizations as well that have sponsored 3 trucks. And then we have another organization from the UK that's also sponsored a truck as well. So, I mean, we opened this up, and the response we got was amazing. And it's not just the organization, but also the individual donors that have contributed towards this, the hundreds and thousands probably of donors that have come through and, visit our website and made their donation, and they've just seen the work, and, Muslim, non-Muslim, everybody's got involved in this.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing when one thing I got to give credit particularly to Muslim Aid Australia. When they document it and put the pictures up and on the social media, and people can say, oh, we've given money, but then you've given the money and you see
the work happening.
What's happening, and you've on the last water run, you had people picking up water, and you saw it was going.
It's all full transparency, it's across the board,
and that sort of helps. And then, like I said, that's why to reiterate what Uncle Yusuf said, come along, go down there, meet the people, and that's important too. We've got to get everyone to actually still go to these communities even after we've dropped the hay off. Go and visit them and just visit. Just spend money in the local communities. And
exactly.
Things,
So for tomorrow's program, Riyadh, once we get there, and obviously the trucks are going to get offloaded at the showgrounds where we're going to be. Are there people who need the water and they're coming to pick up tomorrow as well?
Yes, they're all coming tomorrow. So the first distribution is actually going to be of the water and the hay, the 10-liter bottles and the hay bales. They've actually sold out. We are doing, together with all of the different organizations, 438 hay bales, which is close to probably about 300 tons almost.
Yeah. Was it the Western Downs Drought Assist, or was it Southern Downs?
No, Granite Belt.
Granite Belt.
Granite Belt, yeah.
I remember that they said within a day, because you can't just pick up hay.
Yes.
You got to fill it. You got to fill out a form to pick up the hay bale.
Yeah.
They turn the applications on, come and get one, and then before the end of the day,
they ran out.
We've got no more hay.
They were overwhelmed with the amount of people that required support for their animals, that they had to, kind of...
tell people no more.
Tell people, yeah, exactly.
So they're all going to come pick up tomorrow.
They're all coming to pick it up tomorrow.
Yep, at the
There'll be
showgrounds.
not a single bale of hay available for anybody else.
Day after.
And they're all registered. They're all coming out. They know how many bales. They know also we take safety into consideration. We can't put the hay bales on top of the utes if they don't have straps on them. And so they make sure that the guys are all bringing in straps.
So the Granite Belt Drought Relief is attending to all the logistics there.
Logistics
once
on
we
the
get
ground.
there.
From the local
side of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they do a fantastic job. I remember one thing in the last water run, like we've mentioned, that there was a bushfire, so we had to go to Warwick.
Yeah.
And we had to unload in Warwick.
Let's not talk about this story. Because for some reason, they always blame me for all of this.
And look, it's Riyadh's fault. No matter what happened, it was Riyadh. Anything that goes wrong, it's Riyadh's fault. So that's the standard. So we'll let all our listeners know that.
Anything good that happens, everybody else did it. All right. Anything bad that happens, I got blamed for it.
But what we went there, and the people probably viewing this or listening to this that aren't aware, is we couldn't go to Stanthorpe because of the bushfire. And we got deterred to Warwick, and we
almost didn't have that distribution happen because the day before, when the bushfires were happening,
Just
they
said,
told
"Hold back.
him, we've cancelled this project. We've cancelled. The guys on the ground have cancelled the project.
we weren't going to cancel.
I was like, man, we got 10 truckloads sitting here full of water. Like, we can't do anything. We don't have any place to store it.
And the deans that morning said, no ways, we are going.
No, I spoke to the dean, even the night before. I told him, listen, they cancelled the project. We can't do anything. Can we find a storage solution here?
We said we're going to drop water on Saturday. They're getting water on Saturday.
Allah is the best of planners. We are going. You just tell them, be ready. I said, all right. I told them that on the phone. Next thing you know, we were on our way.
In hindsight, that was the best decision.
Best decision ever.
We did offload, you were saying, at Warwick.
Yeah, at Warwick. And then, so we had 10 trucks, open trailers, unloaded all the water, the 10-litre bottles that were in pallets and the 1,000-litre pods. And then we went and had lunch because we have a barbecue when we all go there. It's a social gathering for everyone involved. Then the people from the SES at Stanthorpe turned up and told us of the situation in Stanthorpe, and this is in the afternoon. Yeah. So it took us a few hours to unload. We had lunch. I got amongst my family. We were there. We all talked. We discussed it. We told the SES, if you need the water in Stanthorpe, you're getting water in Stanthorpe. Yeah. And I'm just trying to. I think it was another 3-4 hours. Another few hours.
Another 4 hours.
Yeah,
we
loaded the trucks, and when we went to Stanthorpe, the response from everyone there, they couldn't believe we unloaded and loaded up again. Yeah. They said, we just didn't think that.
Because anybody who's in that industry will know
it is a logistic.
Mammoth.
Yeah, it is.
And when we were fortunate, one of my uncles, Uncle Razak, brought his forklift along.
That's right,
that helped. So we helped. And I don't know if you know, when we went to Stanthorpe, there were 2 forklifts unloading the trucks. Then this third one turned up and did a fantastic job unloading trucks. And the 2 forklift drivers said, we want to thank your mate, helping out. We've never seen this bloke in our life.
Oh.
Some person with a forklift just rocked up in Stanthorpe
to help.
And he did a fantastic job. He was quick. And we said, well, who's that? I don't know. We haven't even seen that forklift before. So someone just rocked up with a forklift.
Like Schumacher on that forklift.
Yeah, it's a humanity thing. When you realise that.
So that's in essence, that's what happens when we do these things. People help, and it doesn't matter if you're a Muslim or non-Muslim. Everyone helps. I remember the reaction when we called the members from the Stanthorpe SES, and they were there, and we said, we'll take the water, we'll load up again. Yeah. And you're going to load up when? Now. We're going to load up now. Yeah. We're going to bring it down again. And
they said we were going to do it over a couple of trips and a few days, and maybe someone else will come and bring a truck down.
Yeah.
We said, listen, we got all the way to Warwick.
But there were
we're not going to stop.
The other concern was the water was lying out in the open.
Exactly.
And we didn't want to leave the water lying there.
Well, the water would have been picked up in that day. But the problem was, as you mentioned, there was a bushfire, so people from Stanthorpe couldn't come to Warwick.
Yeah.
So we said, if you need the water in Warwick, we'll take it. And I still remember the reaction. It was they were in disbelief.
Yeah.
When are you going to load up tomorrow? No, now. We're going to finish lunch. We're going to pray. We're going to load up the water.
Yeah. There was a very long day for you guys because when you had finished, it was lunchtime when you offloaded, thereabout. Then to reload was a few hours. And then to drive to Stanthorpe and offload.
We only got home at 1 in the morning.
And I know you guys only got home very late. I mean, that's a lot of sacrifice and time. And it's a long way to drive. Not driving a car as well. You're driving a truck, which I'm assuming is a lot more, takes a lot more out of you. And there was a tremendous job that you guys had done on that day as well. It's really, really fantastic to reload it. Yeah. When Riyadh phoned me, I wasn't there. I had left to tell me that you offload, now you're reloading. I said, no, I don't believe that you're going to reload all that and drive back to Stanthorpe.
196,000 litres of water.
You guys did that. That is tremendous. That is absolutely tremendous.
And it just goes to what people have got this impression of the Muslim charitable organisations. And like Sheikh said, it's not just MCF or MAA. There's so many great organisations that when we say we're going to deliver, we're going to deliver.
Exactly. Yep.
Alhamdulillah. Good. So we're all set for tomorrow, Riyadh.
Inshallah, Sheikh Hassan's going to be with us. Sheikh, tomorrow he's going to be handling the Salatul Istiqsa at the venue. And then we also want to meet with the locals at the end of the day and talk about the drought-proof farming project and see where we can go to from there and speak with the locals and see what else we can do, inshallah. So, Sheikh, when we go there, how are you going to present this message about drought-proof farming to the locals there? How are we going to show it to them?
As in the previous distribution, I was going to meet with hopefully the leaders or the key farmers there and take them through the concept and the importance and the concept of designing smart farms that are drought-proof and flood-proof at the same time, and inshallah getting their buy-in for the solution, and then we have to also go on the back-end campaign and fundraise either government grants or other NGOs or the individual donations. And we using these funds to design these these designs and then implement them. And inshallah, as we say, when we deliver, inshallah we deliver. We want that we can deliver. I'm 100% confident. We have done it before, many times, many times, in different, very difficult terrains and climates. So we can do it. We just need the funding for this and the
You
support.
just need the buy-in from the people as well to
people,
accept that this
And
is
the buy-in.
this is a possibility. It can work. So inshallah.
Yeah,
Sheikh, how can people get on board and support this initiative? Where can they go to?
They can reach out to MCF or Muslim Aid Australia's Permaculture Research Institute. At the end, it just channels to the same. We are all one team at the back end doing this. Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair.
And I just want to mention one of the things we talk about, the organisation, and alhamdulillah, I've got to work and hang around Brother Riyadh. I've just got to say he does a phenomenal job organising all these.
He's just saying that.
No, seriously, I do give him a lot, because we can't let him have a head swell. We've got to bring him down to that. But I've been with him. The phone's always ringing. The phone's ringing, not just for this. The phone's ringing because something's happened in another part of the world. We need help or something like that. So we just want to let people know that Brother Riyadh does a fantastic
well,
job.
now it's on camera and
recorded
it. Now it officially happened. Jazakallah khair to everybody. Jazakallah khair, Sheikh Hassan, Uncle Yusuf, and Brother Fazal. Jazakallah khair for everything. And inshallah, we will come back to you guys from Stanthorpe next, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.